proposition where you have to save someone's life. In front of you, you've got two people in need of saving, but you only have space for one person. Now, the two people that you're trying to save, they have exactly the same profile. There's nothing that you can look at them and say that this one is older, younger, whatever than the other. So when you introduce yourself and they introduce themselves to you, the first person, you've never heard of them. The name doesn't ring a bell. There's nothing that stands out for you on that person. Yet, person number two, the name rings a bell, or something about them is very familiar to you. Who do you end up saving? Welcome to the For Posterity podcast. I'm your host, Elgee Davies, and I'm excited to have this episode with you. If you're looking to build your career, a career that's aligned with your values and your goals, then this episode is for you. Today we're talking about personal branding and what you can do to stand out to your future employers and also to elevate your life. In my work with entrepreneurs and professionals, I've seen firsthand how a strong brand can open up doors and create opportunities for career growth. This episode will guide you on how to build a personal brand that resonates with your true self, a brand that attracts the right opportunities and positions you for long-term success. But let's start with the basics. What is personal branding? Simply put, personal branding is about defining and showcasing your unique qualities in a way that differentiates you from others in your field. It's a makeup of all your skills, your experience, and the value that you bring to the table. It's how you present yourself professionally to create a positive perception of your capabilities. You've probably heard the term personal brand tossed around. What's key in personal branding is aligning the brand that you want to your true personality and career goals. It's about showing up authentically and letting the world know what makes you you. In simple terms, personal branding is how you communicate and advertise yourself to the rest of the world. So how do you build a personal brand? Today, I'll cover 5 key elements that I believe is important to building your personal brand. The first one is identifying your unique value proposition. In simple terms, what makes you different and what makes you stand out? A couple of years back, I worked in sales. So my sales manager, he was blessed with the gift of the gab. Like he had the ability to speak, and he will speak a lot. But he would get people to fall in love with what he's saying, even though he was bullshitting him. And I thought to myself, like, that's not me. I'm not going to lie to get a sale. I'm not going to sell myself just to get the sale. And I had found out that if I'm honest with my customers, if I tell them the truth, even the things that the company said I shouldn't be saying, that if I can do that, I'll be able to sleep with myself. And I found a lot of success in that industry because I didn't sell myself. I realized that if I'm honest and true, and I communicate and speak to people like they are people and not customers, that will eventually, yes, I will lose some sales, I will lose some business, but the customers that I brought in, I felt comfortable with, and they trusted me, and that became my unique value proposition. So take a moment and ask yourself, what sets you apart from others? It could be your particular set of skills, your experience, or your approach to solving problems. But pinpoint what makes you different and how you can offer value that no one else can. The second element would be authenticity. Now, this one is a difficult one because I firmly believe that all of us have different personalities and different, I would say, profiles, depending on where we operate. And I believe that we all have different facets to our character and our personalities based on who we interact with. But I want to encourage you to be true to who you are. Authenticity is the foundation of a strong personal brand. It's about aligning your brand with your core values and personality and making sure that the person that you present online and offline is the real unfiltered version of yourself. Because if it's not aligned, you will lose trust and people won't be able to reconcile the person that they've met with the person that they've seen online. So always be yourself. The third element is consistency across all platforms. This one ties into the second one, which being authenticity. Being consistent across all platforms simply means that whatever you're putting out on LinkedIn and Facebook and your WhatsApp group, it should be somewhat aligned to the real person, the real you. So whether it's your LinkedIn profile, your resume, your social media accounts, consistency is key. Ensure that your image, messaging, and values are aligned across every platform. This builds trust and makes it easy for potential employers and collaborators to see the full picture of who you are. So the fourth element is targeted communication. Know who your target audience is. Know who your target audience is. Tailor your message to resonate with the people that you want to connect with. Whether it's potential employers or industry leaders or your peers, but understand your audience and create messaging that meets and communicates to those people. Understanding your audience allows you to craft a message that speaks directly to their needs. And that will make you stand out because you will become a voice that they can relate to. The last element number 5, is building a strong online presence. Your online presence is a crucial part of your personal brand. So take the time to manage your LinkedIn profile, create a personal website if you can, and create or curate your social media content to communicate that message that you want to be known for. If you're on LinkedIn, a lot of people would say that LinkedIn is, you go there to kind of feel bad about your life because everybody is always posting about their jobs and their accomplishments and all these wonderful things that they've done in their careers. And yes, it could be off-putting, but the whole goal of it is to celebrate yourself. So when you engage on LinkedIn, for instance, there's a profile and that's a platform where you can pretty much brag about all the things that you've done. It's a journal of all your wins, all your highs, a sneak peek of all the things that you're capable of doing. So share your accomplishments, your insights, and also engage with others in your industry to establish yourself as an authority in the industry. Don't shy away from LinkedIn, but use it to further your goals. So the last one, like I said, is building a strong online presence. So just to recap, the first element is identifying your value proposition. The second one, authenticity. Third one, consistency across all platforms. Number 4, target communication. And number 5, building a strong online presence. The question I want to answer is, why personal branding matters. Now let's talk about your personal branding essentials for career success. Here are just a few reasons why building a personal brand is important. Number 1, if done correctly, it increases your visibility. A well-crafted personal brand makes you more visible to recruiters or hiring managers or potential business partners. With a strong brand, you'll attract more relevant job offers that align with your skills and your career aspirations. The third one, enhance credibility. Building a reputation as a thought leader or expert in your field helps establish trust and confidence in your abilities. And then lastly, career advancements. A strong personal brand positions you for leadership roles and promotion opportunities because you'll position yourself as someone that is an asset to your company and to your industry. But let's move on to how to build your personal brand for your career success. Building your personal brand doesn't happen overnight. It's not a quick fix, but it's worth the investment if you take the time to do so. And here's ways you can get started. Firstly, self-reflection. Before you can build your brand, take time to reflect on your strengths, your passions, and career goals. Like what drives you? And what do you want to be known for? Where do you see yourself? Secondly, define your target audience. Like identify who you want to reach with your personal brand. Which companies or potential clients or even industry peers. Know your target audience and speak to their needs. Speak to their likes, their wants. Like speak to their hearts. Number 3, develop a personal brand statement. Like this, I want to stress. You need to know who you are and what you stand for. Most companies, if you walk in, they've got a mission and a mission statement or a vision. And I know, like in our lifetimes now, it almost seems redundant. But there's something about writing it down. So develop a personal brand statement. Like craft a clear and concise statement that encapsulates your unique value propositions. This statement should be a reflection of what you do and how you can add value to your industry. Something that speaks to you on a daily, but also something that you can share and other people can actually keep you accountable to that standard. Number 4, I would say optimize your online presence. Update your LinkedIn profile with the latest achievements. Create a personal website that showcases your work. Ensure your social media profiles reflect your professional brand. Make sure that the way you conduct yourself online is in line with the brand that you want to communicate. And the next one is network strategically. Networking is a critical part of building your personal brand. Attend industry events, connect with professionals, engage in meaningful conversations with your peers in your industry. LinkedIn, for instance, has a feature where you can connect with people in your industry. And there's generally opportunities where you can share your thoughts, your insights. It's a nice way for you to also network online. But offline, make sure that you are in the know of what's happening in the industry. If there's a workshop, a conference coming on, if you have the means, attend it. Like put yourself out there. So the last one, which is the 6th one on this list, is share your expertise. One of the best ways to build your brand is by sharing your knowledge. You have information and insights that other people would dream to have. And you have a platform that you can share it on. So contribute to your industry blogs, speak at events, create content, become a go-to source of insights in your field. That's the list of what you can use to build your brand. Like I said, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's something that you'll have to do daily. And you should be mindful of why you're doing it. My final thoughts is this. Building a brand is a continuous journey. It's about aligning your professional life with your personal values and showcasing what makes you unique. As you continue to grow and refine your brand, you'll see more opportunities come your way. And that will open up doors and that will elevate your standing in your industry. I will leave it there for now. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of For Posterity. If you found this helpful, don't forget to share it with others who might benefit from these tips. And also, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and leave a review or comment. Your feedback helps me create more content just for you. Until next time, I'm Elgee Davies, and remember, your personal brand is the foundation of your career. Let it reflect who you really are and the incredible value that you bring to the table. Take care.